Hello and welcome to this new episode of the Values Workshop. This is one of my special episodes in this series because generally, when I had conceived the idea of this series called The Other Side of, I wanted it to be very open ended, not just stuck to one kind of job or one kind of definition. So, this is the first in the series which is going out of the traditional definitions of what a job or an environment entails. And I'm glad that I have with me Prachi. Welcome, Prachi, to the show. Um, so the idea is the other side of a parent in your case, as we've had a bit of discussion in this. We perform many roles in our lives, including what we do as work, but one particular role that is not given enough importance, as far as I'm concerned, is people who manage the household. Be it males or females, they are doing multiple tasks at a time, of which I'm zeroing in only at parenting today. So, the first question I want to ask you is what is the worst thing about being a parent?
Worst thing. Mm, till date, I don't think that I have gone through such a time. Only thing is, sometimes you have to very calmly sit and understand the point of view of your child. Once you
Okay.
understand that, things become easy.
Uh, I was thinking if I had to answer the question, the worst part is the fear that is always there that you are not doing it right. That was running in my head for a while.
Depends. Depends with different people. Like,
Your
I
voice is
don't
very low. You will have to speak up a little.
I don't think that I had that kind of fear. Yeah, initially, uh, I felt, how will I go ahead with this? How will I manage things with my daughter? Like, क्या करना होगा to start with. But after that, it just went with the flow. The kind
Yeah,
of situations I got, we managed to
yeah.
do that.
I guess knowing that your daughter is elder to mine, I find that there is a new generation of kids who come with smartphone included in their upbringing, and that has led to the fear coming back for me. Not fear. Fear is a very strong term, but yeah, trying to understand how to manage this beast because there's too much information coming too fast from so many places. So how do I be a cool dad but yet also manage to supervise what is happening?
I think as a parent, you need to keep a vigilant eye on your child and keep admiring them. कि अगर वो फोन पे है भी क्या कर रहे हैं कैसे कर रहे हैं आई मीन विदाउट लुकिंग एट व्हाट दे आर वाचिंग हाउ डू यू नो कि आर
Yeah,
दे गोइंग राइट आई थिंक मैंने अपनी डॉटर को सिर्फ रीड किया ट्रस्ट ऑफ कोर्स एंड giving them the right knowledge at right age would help.
yeah. I think trust plays a huge part in this. If you're trusting them and letting them know that
A
you're trusted,
child knows that if your child knows that you trust them, they will, I think, never do anything wrong. And educate them time by time as per their age. I think
yeah.
that helps.
How do you deal with things which are out of your control? So, for example, उनके friends हैं, uh, that knowledge that comes in and it is coming at a super fast speed. It's not in control like it was earlier. You could have stopped, you could have guided them, but now the information is faster. How do you deal with this?
There is an age when you cannot just scold your child, you don't do this, don't do this, don't go there, don't talk to them. At one point of time, you cannot do that. Communicate with them so nicely. The gap is very less. They share things with you. Uh, Whatever they talk to their friends, not all the things they will tell you, but at least you will get an idea what kind of thought process is going on in these kids. So, which will help you in uh, making them understand are they doing right or wrong. So, me and my daughter share a bond where we discuss lot many things, too many things, n number of topics. So many times, 3, 3, 4 hours, we sit and talk when we are together. And her friend circle, her point of view regarding any topic, it could be studies, it could be friend circle, it would be whatever going on in the world. Like, so we share a lot of things. Huh? Sometimes I feel because point of views are different, age factor here. So sometimes I feel a little scared. Are everything in the place like she's doing right, or is this thought correct? It might be wrong in my point of view, but hers is right. So then I think, sit and think and take it. This is acceptable, this is not. So which the things, the points I don't feel uh, these are right or what we discuss together, and then she explains why this is my point of view. So when things get cleared, cloud clear होने के बाद में everything is fine.
Okay. This is very interesting because one of the things that I'll end up doing as a parent is, uh, if I get a chance, I think kids are checking us out. When they let us know a little secret of theirs, they are actually checking our
How to eat them.
reactions.
Yes,
If
absolutely.
we overreact, then they
Safely.
stop. Then they will not let us know the rest of it. And I
Absolutely.
find it's a constant test. Even if you are worried, if they are sharing a secret, you have to otherwise be honest. Look, I am worried about this part. What do you have to say about this? And then they open up. I think honesty is a big plus, but very difficult.
हाँ, from parent side it is because वो gap भी fill करना होता है ना.
जी.
There are some topics कि आप directly आप बच्चों से नहीं बात कर सकते या नहीं पूछ सकते. बच्चा भी नहीं बोलेगा आपको सीधा. कैसे वो गैप फिल करे जब तक आप कम्युनिकेट नहीं करोगे, कंफर्टेबल एक दूसरे के साथ नहीं फील करोगे कि आप किसी भी टॉपिक पे बात कर सको. आई थिंक
Yeah.
it is going to work only with communication, trust, and honest.
And the one funny part that I realized a couple of days back, मैं क्या करता हूँ कि I am waiting, make her talk about anything. So when she is talking, she lands up revealing stuff, and you also know the mind state. And if she opens a difficult topic, then I just jump on it like a kid only, quickly say all that I have to say because that openness has happened. How do you deal with difficult topics when you have to discuss them, especially when you know that your child is growing and these topics have to be spoken about at some point. It could be about they are girls and the kind of society that we live in, the kind of confidence you want to give them. You don't want them to be afraid also, but not brash also. Okay, they shouldn't land up thinking it is a safe world always. थोड़ा basics जो भी है. How do you talk about these things?
We start talking randomly जब शुरू होता है like हमारे conversations. काफी बार ऐसा हुआ है. काफी घंटों तक हम कुछ चीजें लेके बैठते हैं. It ends up going somewhere else also. कभी वो rather नहीं होता. टॉपिक बाय टॉपिक वो जंप होता रहता है. बट कभी कभी क्लियर हो जाती है चीजें. कभी कभी इट स्टक्स. वी देन टेक अ कंफर्टेबल टाइम, फिर वापस शुरू करते हैं उन चीजों को. कभी ऐसा भी होता है, मम्मी our world is different. We live in this place. So this has to be like this. The world is this. एक होता है कभी कभी कि क्या मतलब अपना पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू समझाएं या कन्विंस करें उनको वो कैसे करना चाहिए, दैट पार्ट इज अ लिटिल डिफिकल्ट फॉर दोनों साइड.
Do you think as a parent, our roles have changed over the years? Because when we grew up, I don't think we had many difficult discussions with our parents. There was only one line of thought, and it was theirs. ये ऐसा होगा तो खत्म, no discussion. As a generation, we find it. Sorry.
In fact, I opened up only after my motherhood. उसके साथ मैं अपने आप को एक्सप्लोर करती चली गई. नहीं तो आई वाज अ चाइल्ड मम्मी ने बोल दिया ठीक है,
बराबर
पापा ने बोल दिया यहाँ नहीं जाना है मतलब नहीं जाना है, देयर इज नो अदर
बराबर.
डिस्कशन. तो आई वाज लाइक दिस, एब्सोल्युटली लाइक दिस. इधर
Yeah.
उधर देखना है, मेरे फ्रेंड्स पार्टीज पे जाते थे, कहीं भी एंजॉय करने जाते थे, पिकनिक जाते थे, कॉलेज बंक करते थे, इनफैक्ट मैं वो भी नहीं करती. आई वाज सो स्ट्रेट एंड सिंपल पर्सन, वेरी इंट्रोवर्ट. नहीं
But
किसी
how
से उतना
how do you communicate this gap to your daughter, and how does she react?
मेरा एक शुरू से था, whenever I will have a child, daughter, I'll be friendly with her since from the starting. Being a mother also, this that will be a part, and as a friend also कि शुरू से वो मेरे साथ आराम से हर चीज बात कर सके. तो शुरू से मैंने वो रैपो बना के रखा है कि when she grew up, she was comfortable enough to talk to me regarding, and every uh, time, like year by year, उसके फ्रेंड्स के साथ भी मेरा कनेक्शन काफी अच्छा रखा था मैंने. इट वाज लाइक लेके आओ फ्रेंड्स को, उनके लिए अलग से टिफिन भेजती थी. मम्मी यार मेरा खाना खत्म हो जाता है, मुझे खाना ही नहीं मिलता है, ये लोग ये सब खा जाते हैं आपके सामान. तो दो टिफिन बनते थे, एक जाता था उसके लिए और एक बाकी फ्रेंड्स के लिए. तो वो
बराबर.
रैपो जो मैंने, बात बहुत छोटी सी है लेकिन द रैपो आई शेयर्ड ना विथ हर कि मेरे फ्रेंड्स का भी कितना ख्याल रखती है. तो दैट क्लोजनेस केम ना स्लोली ग्रेजुअली, दैट हेल्प द लॉट. उसके फ्रेंड्स भी आते थे, आंटी आपका ये चीज हम लोग मिस करते हैं, आपका भिंडी हमने बहुत मिस किया. तो बहुत मतलब वो एक पूरा जो हम लोग ग्रुप बन जाता था ना, कभी कभी मिलना उनके फ्रेंड्स से, बट दे न्यू कहा कि मम्मा ऐसे है.
Yeah.
हमारा कनेक्शन दोनों का इतना था ऑलवेज कि कभी किसी फ्रेंड ने बोल दिया नहीं चाह क्या तेरी मम्मी को जाके बता देगा, मैं ऐसे जा बता, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं. तो शी न्यू, शी वाज कॉन्फिडेंट इनफ कि मेरी मम्मी
Yeah.
ये बात सुनेगी तो हाउ शी इज गोइंग टू रिएक्ट,
Okay.
हाउ मच ट्रस्ट.
One question on that, because you talked about sharing, I find that because most of us have single kids these days, a lot of us. Do you think that is a problem sometimes? Because we always had siblings, and is that a problem in bringing up kids?
समटाइम्स इनिशियल टाइम्स में, बट आई थिंक इफ यू आर गुड इनफ विथ योर चाइल्ड, उतने लेवल पे आप आकर उसके साथ खेलते हो, उसके साथ टाइम स्पेंड करते हो, आई थिंक इट्स नॉट अ बिग. ऑफ कोर्स शेयरिंग वगैरह जो सिखानी होती है, जो सिबलिंग्स के साथ होता है, आई थिंक उसमें पहले पहले when you start feeding them all these things, तब कहीं लगता है. फिर there is a time when your child feels lonely. Okay, you are busy sometimes, you don't spend that much time with your child, and of course the child needs their age group के friends ना. तो आई थिंक इनिशियल स्टेज में मुझे थोड़ा ऐसा लगा था, बट दैट वाज अ फेज.
Okay. I also feel the same thing. But one little interesting part here, आपके सारे आंसर में ना एक एस्पेक्ट आ रहा है which is that you had to change, you have to evolve to become a parent. It's not a natural thing. अच्छा बच्चा हो गया तो अभी मुझे सब आंसर आ गए. इनफैक्ट जो सब आंसर आते थे वो इनवैलिड हो गए.
इसकी कोई बुक तो होती नहीं है.
तो
You
ये
grow up as a parent slowly.
Yeah, so what is the mindset that you approach it with? How did you convince yourself that you don't know and you are willing to learn because your kid is teaching you? क्योंकि उसमें ह्यूमिलिटी चाहिए ना कि अच्छा मेरा बच्चा बोल रहा है मेरे से छोटा है बट मेरे को सुनना है। आप क्या
ये
करते हो?
आपके अंदर पहले से एक्सेप्टेबल होना चाहिए कि आपके अलावा आपके बच्चे का भी पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू है और उसका पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू सुनना बहुत जरूरी है। अगर उसकी बात आप नहीं सुनोगे, कल वो आपकी बात क्यों सुनेगा? आपने उसको नहीं समझा तो वो आपको कैसे
आई
समझेगा?
थिंक दैट इज अ गुड आंसर।
You expect as a parent from your child, but when you do not uh, reach to that point जहाँ बच्चा भी समझे कि हाँ मेरी बातों को ये पेरेंट्स समझते हैं, सुनते हैं, क्यों वो सुनेगा आपकी बात?
Yeah, it is a difficult thing for a lot of parents. Not the least because a lot of us are middle class. We have other issues that we have to take care of. We
Yeah,
may not have the
exactly.
time. We may not have the understanding, or we may not have the understanding in that moment. So, the issues for women I find are very. Tell me something. I did start with what is the worst part of parenting. What is the good part of parenting? According to you, what is the, if you were not a parent, what would be less? And now that you are a parent, what is
I,
good?
I don't want to think about if I was not a parent. So beautiful.
No, but more from a point of view of mindset. What is the development you see in yourself because you are a mother?
I think as a parent and as a human being, you grow. You grow nicely with your child because you learn another aspect. I started comparing my childhood with my daughter's childhood. What I was at this age, what my child is at this age.
So in a
The
good
same.
way or in a bad way?
नहीं, I wasn't that good because इतनी ही दुनिया मिली थी मुझे, मुझे पता ही नहीं था एक्सप्लोर कैसे करना है।
Okay.
यहाँ पर वर्ल्ड हैज बिकम सो वाइड, आपको इतनी सारी चीजें थ्रू मीडिया, थ्रू इंटरनेट सीखने को मिलती है। देयर इज अ वाइड वर्ल्ड टू लर्न एंड जैसे अभी हुआ है, हमारे टाइम पे ऐसे बहुत कम लड़कियां थी जो अपनी करियर का सोचती थी। आई वाज ब्रॉट अप इन अ फैमिली जहाँ पर बच्ची पढ़ती है, कॉलेज जाती है, मैक्सिमम खाना बनाती है एंड गो गेट मैरिड। मेरे फ्रेंड्स थे जो अपने करियर पे फोकस करके आगे बढ़े, दे आर वर्किंग इन गुड फील्ड्स। मैं अभी भी घर पे ही हूँ बट आई एम हैप्पी। पहले मुझे ऐसा लगता था कि यार क्या किया है लाइफ, पढ़ लिख लिया, शादी करके आ गए, बस इतनी लाइफ है। देयर वाज अ टाइम जब मैंने सोचा कि बीएड कर लेती हूँ। मैं अपने हस्बैंड के साथ एक कॉलेज के फॉर्म वगैरह लेने भी गई थी, बट व्हाट हैपेंड at that time my daughter's studies were getting affected due to few reasons। उसके स्कूल में उसके क्लासमेट्स के साथ थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम था, वो जो बुली सेशंस चलते हैं ना, there was a time when she was little down and that was affecting her studies, so I had to be with her uh, emotionally also, physically also, उसको स्ट्रॉन्ग करने के लिए, पॉइंट ऑफ व्यूज समझाने के लिए कि the other person is doing this to you no matter what, तू अपना फोकस ध्यान रख, तू यहाँ से 10th स्टैंडर्ड तक है। These are the friends, so-called friends, who will be there for just 2 years, 3 to 4 years, and then your world is different. So ignore them। ये सब चीजें समझाती थी बैठ के। उसमें बहुत एक एक टाइम था, she was going through a rough phase as a child, but then we
Okay.
motivated
This
and
is interesting because you opened up one aspect of the topic I wasn't thinking about. Uh, as kids, they go through both good and bad times. I find bad times are easier to handle because we know what to tell them and we can guide them. Now that I know that your kid is doing well for herself and has found a path and is working very hard to learn the right things so that she can succeed, what do you tell her now when she's doing well in comparison to what you just spoke about to keep her grounded?
one thing I always tell her, ठीक है ये सब जो किया ना बहुत अच्छा किया, उड़ना मत, उड़ना मत, बस अगर वो
But does it affect her adversely? Saying "Udna matlab," what do you mean? And ऐसा
नहीं,
नहीं होता?
I don't tell her like उड़ना मत, अच्छा क्या इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि तू अकड़ेगी, मतलब I don't use those phrase, I take it lightly और उसको भी lightly ये चीज बोलती हूँ, हाँ
Yeah.
अच्छा करिए, don't get into that कि नहीं मैंने बहुत अच्छा किया, मैंने बहुत अच्छा, there is always a place and she also understands there is always a place to
Be
improve,
better.
yeah, be better.
Wonderful. Uh, how do you make peace with the fact that as a hands-on parent, you are available all the time, and your hubby has to go to work, and sometimes his jobs have been difficult because he used to travel a lot earlier, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
Uh, was
but
it
he
a
is always,
was
he is
it a pain
always there.
point?
That nothing affected to me because I was always there for her. My husband is always there. Only thing is that time physically he wasn't there when he was traveling. But a call to he is always there. So
Acha.
always available for us. The priority matters.
Okay. So in that sense, the kid knew the availability factor was not missing.
Even today when she is there and we are here, Papa, ये चीज ऐसे ऐसे है क्या करना है? She knows Papa is there. वो सब sort out हो जाएगा अगर मेरे दिमाग में कुछ query है. So he is always available. So that problem was never there.
Okay. And on the reverse part of that, how do you ensure that she becomes a self-dependent person now that she is alone? Uh, because you cannot take care of everything. Sometimes they have to. So what is it that you tell her to become even more stronger and self-dependent? Because she is staying in a hostel right now. Is there any such communication that happens?
No, she keeps on updating me what happens, what kind of things are happening around. Uh, मतलब अभी जैसे उनके यहाँ पर फुटबॉल लीग चल रहा है, फिर बहुत सारी एक्टिविटीज होती हैं, कॉलेज टाइमिंग्स कैसे हैं, और टाइमिंग्स हैं, whatever, मतलब everything. She shares with me everything. If I feel that हाँ, I don't feel anything fishy कि कुछ wrong चल रहा है या क्या, she tells me lot many things. Okay, these things happen. Uh, I know one thing that she's on track because we talk, and we talk.
And,
Sometimes, mostly she calls in late evenings when we both are there. But there are days when she has time in the afternoon and Papa is not there at home. She calls me and we go on 1 hour, 1.5 hours because she's doing her work and talking to me. So we discuss a lot of things. I keep listening to her more because I want to know what is her part, what she is going through, or what she is uh, doing, or what group or what surroundings she's in, to figure out what exactly is happening in her life. So listening to your child calmly is more important. React आप करते रहना बाद में, लेकिन पहले वो सुन तो ले.
yeah, I
मतलब ये
like
है
the
कि
fact that distance
starting,
hasn't affected your approach.
हाँ, नहीं. We are always in touch with each other, if not daily, at least alternate days. Messages pay every day. Like I want a good morning from her every day. If the good morning is at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, तो भी चलेगा, but it has to be there.
Yeah, there is a sense of being in touch.
Yeah, being in touch, and yes, she's safe. She's fine.
Yeah.
The day उसका good morning नहीं आया, I keep on pinging. उठी नहीं अब तक सोई है, आज क्लास मिस किया, any random sentence, but I keep on. फिर वो शाम को
Yeah, it
4 बजे
is.
के बाद, हाँ मम्मी सोई थी, रात भर जाग के काम किया, so I was sleeping till I'm good. ऐसा कुछ आता है.
Yeah, it is a beautiful thing that you are putting across a point of view which is a mix of conservative and modern in that sense. That you're being there for her, but at all times reminding her that there is somebody keeping a watch, what are you up to? I think
Right.
it's an important thing which is being missed out on a lot of parents who are very easily happy with ready solutions. I don't think there is a ready solution. Most of the time, you need to
And
work hard on figuring out what it
you really have to work
is.
on every situation, be it light or heavy. You have to work on it. ऐसे ही नहीं है कि सामने से एक लाइन आई और आपको रिएक्ट करना है. वो नहीं.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
The
one
fact
part. I'm saying also in terms of taking care, you have to understand, okay, what is their pain point? How are you helping resolve it? Or are you increasing it by your concern? So you have to figure out. And sometimes you have to let go and say, कि देखते हैं क्या करती
हाँ
है.
हाँ yeah right. This happens. करनी पड़ी है उसको चीजें समझाने में. She was and is a mature child, so gradually she learned on her own. मुझे सिर्फ उसको टिप्स देते रहना पड़ता था. ये चीज करना है, ये ऐसे करना है, ऐसे करना है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, पहली बार she was away from us on a trip, school trip, for 5 days. Those 5 days were really difficult for us and
Yeah,
her
yeah.
too. But after that, I realized that I did not have to teach her a lot of things. She managed aram se everything. Not even a handkerchief she had lost. Was difficult for her and us too. After one phone call, everything was fine. And uske baad, I did not had to explain her a lot of things. ऐसा करना है, ऐसा नहीं करना, ये करना है, वो नहीं करना है. धीरे धीरे वो खुद ही सीखती चली गई.
Yeah.
वो उतनी मेहनत मुझे करनी नहीं पड़ी. Touch wood.
This is quite a coincidence. My daughter has just gone for her first Vipassana course for 7 days. So yesterday was the first day. So I know
Okay.
exactly what you're talking about. Thankfully, I didn't give her too
Vipassana
many
में you can
instructions. Sorry?
Vipassana you cannot even uh, connect with each other, no?
Yeah, we cannot. But she is in a place which I kind of was comfortable with. There are people around who know me. And at some point, her point of view was that I said, look, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. She only chose to do it. Then she said, okay, look, at some point I have to do it. So why not now? I said, yeah, that's a good way to look at things. And so this is more or less I understand the emotions where you're coming from. Okay, the first day, because that was yesterday, I was like, oh shucks, what will she be doing right now? And there is no way to
How are you
correct.
feeling today? How are you feeling today?
Luckily, I've been there, so it's not so much of a concern in terms of her well-being. But because it's a tough course and it is bound to have some reaction that you're not prepared for, no matter how prepared you are. So I was a little okay, how will she handle that part? But well, now she will tell me after a week how did she handle all those things. So good, this has been a wonderful talk, and thank you, Prachi, for sharing your uh, wisdom. I thought there were a lot of small tips for parents of small kids as well as teenagers and above. I think because
The
it is
basic thing is give time to your child, a quality time, and trust, communication, honesty. These are three,
basics. Yeah,
and it
yeah, that is a
starts.
good quote. I agree. Thank you so much for your time.
आपको मेहनत करनी पड़ती है to start from the day one. I think it becomes easy. Parenting becomes easy.
Hopefully, parenting is never easy per se, but these are things that make it easier for sure.
Yeah, it is easier.
Yeah. So I'll see you around. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.